Boom. Boom, boom.
Yeah. I'm pumped.
Welcome, everybody. Another Wednesday. Here we are. Thank you guys for all showing up, man. Reptiles Unplugged crew appreciates everybody. This is host Adam Hallblad from Beach Bum Exotics. You can find me on all the normal social medias, Facebook, Instagram, without the E in exotics. Just remember that. If you'd like to see what I have available, check out Morph Market, Husbandry Pro Marketplace. I've got animals listed on both sites. I've got an awesome host with me. Shane, take it away, sir.
Well, my name is Shane, Small Town Exotics. You can find me on smalltownexotics.com, Patreon, Instagram, YouTube, all those things. Mine is no E in exotics either. Let's just keep the X. But I conveniently own Small Town Exotics with an E as well, and it reroutes you. I was thinking ahead on that. And then we also have our badass technical producer, Jay at Greenline Morphs.
Yeah.
He is on Morph Market and Instagram. Hit any one of us up. We're all around all the time. Instagram's the place to get at us.
Heck yeah, brother. Oh, dude.
I'm doing better on that. I'm not stuttering as much.
Yeah. Me too. I stumbled tonight. We're getting better, you know. And you did think ahead. Unfortunately, if you do Google Beach Bum Exotics with an E, it takes you to like a tanning salon and some other inappropriate stuff. So be careful out there.
Well, you know, I mean, snakes, tanning, inappropriate stuff, they all kind of go together.
Yeah, dude, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. You probably need to go to a tanning bed if you've been in the snake room for years taking care of your snakes. So
that is true. Hey, it all
might
works
work out,
right? I need to talk to him, maybe arrange some sort of beneficial agreement here. A referral program.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Well,
what do you got?
I have something special. Yeah, man. Peacock power there. Yeah.
Peacock power. Peacock.
So I usually reserve our shout outs of the week for somebody that's a little bit lesser known, but there is somebody that's near and dear to my heart that everyone knows, but I don't think she is recognized enough. And that is Jessica Hare from Hair Hollow Farms. Also the Holdback Rack podcast. She recently celebrated 200 episodes. She's a full-time snake breeder, a full-time mom, a full-time wife. Yet she still finds the time to run episodes, all like educational and stuff. Not just ball pythons. She focuses on all kinds of different species, biosecurity, the viruses, everything, man. Stonk reports. So what the market's been doing over the years. I mean, she's got it all. She builds slideshows, does all this stuff out of the goodness of her heart. So big shout out to Jessica. And she's so smart and so near and dear to my heart. She's actually running against us tonight in the same time slot. So, all right, enough with her.
Oh, man. I couldn't back that up more. I've checked out her episodes. Amazing content over there. Thought-provoking. She has guests that handle many different species, right? So it's all not just focused in the ball pythons or one type of things. There, lots of different interest points over there. I really enjoy how analytical she gets with some stuff, nerds out. So if you're into that, check it out. Yeah, dude, great shout out. When you told me you were going to do that, I was like, yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
awesome
man.
idea.
Yeah. She's a real one. And she's been my homie for a few years now at this point. So everyone go check her out. And yeah, man.
Yeah.
What else is up?
Well, I don't know. Do you want to talk about the Vin Russo situation really quick and kind of,
yes,
yeah, definitely. So
Vin Russo, the man who wrote the book twice on boas, had an electrical fire and lost all of his animals.
Yeah.
There is a GoFundMe. If you don't know who Vin Russo is, you might have been living under a rock or you're really new. So he is like way deep into boas, locality boas. He actually founded the Russo gene in ball pythons. So that might ring a bell to any of the ball python people out there.
I
He
think it
does
was
do
the
some.
first, one of the first bells, right? I think it may be the first bell. Anyhow, go ahead.
Yeah, I think so. But the Russo versions are some of the widest ones. So,
Yep.
but he has done a lot for the boa community and just like bringing it from the ground up. Snakes, imported through CITES, locality stuff. Like I said, if you go read his book, you'll have a great appreciation for all the work he's done for the community. I mean, that affects us all when somebody takes it to that level and puts that much work in.
Yeah, I definitely, again, couldn't agree more. Vin's been one of the guys that I think a lot of people have looked up to, right? He's done it all, importing, um, bringing, proving genes out. He's done all the facets of the industry, all of them. So, um, you know, anything helps. If even if it's not money, reshare the link. I put it in my story earlier. Feel free to grab it from there, reshare it. So helping them out would be greatly appreciated. They have $100,000 goal and they've reached 25K so far. So the community is reacting fast. Like, to kind of spin this in a little bit of a positive with some negative news, that is one thing that I've seen time and time again with the community, is stepping forward, helping each other out in times like this. So, man, shout out to us. Um, that's a quick reaction from the community right there. So good job, guys.
Yeah, that's something I've noticed. I've been around for 6 years, and anytime like everyone puts all the tomfoolery aside and helps someone out when they're down and out. So good, big shout out to the community and in general, the whole
Yeah,
community. So,
dude, totally. I hope he gets to rebuild and come back at it strong.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, let's cover some people in chat right now, kind of switching gears back. We, again, appreciate everybody joining. We are going head to head with one of our friends tonight. So no big deal. If you don't catch us, watch us on the replay, give us a like, head over to Jessica's channel. Help me out, Shane. Why am I stumbling right now?
Hold back rack.
Thank you.
Podcast on YouTube. But she's in one of those weird dilemmas because she's Hair Hollow Farms as a breeder, hold back rack. She's got 2 brands going on.
Yep.
We're gonna have her on and talk about that.
Yeah, definitely. So, hey, if you got your browser up, throw her channel up, mute her, of course, since you'll be listening to us. Throw her a like. And,
yeah,
definitely want to help our friends out that are putting out good content. So, but man, our viewers tonight, we had a little competition for second, apparently. Ashley and Kat and Mrs. Beach Bum, they're posting literally seconds apart. I watched it come in as I was in the green room earlier. That was hilarious. So there you go, Ashley. Thank you very much. And we got Shane, of course, always first. And
I really was though this time. I really was.
Yeah,
I think
you really was. Good evening, fellas, and good evening to the lovely chat, Graceful Pythons. We got Jay, of course. We threw you out there earlier. Mako Morph. And who else? We got Herp and Harbins. Thank you all very much for joining us tonight. Just a little recap. We're going to jump into it. I'm not sure if everyone was able to catch last week's episode. If not, it was worth a replay. Randy from Dark Cloud Reptiles was on, and he was Josh 9th. Yeah, good job, Josh. Thank you, sir.
that deserves a blue ribbon still in this day and age. So good job.
Oh, Josh. Man, everybody is a winner. We hand out trophies at the end of the night. Possibly that is actually happening tonight. After anyhow, not going to spoil anything, but last week's episode with Randy, dude, I enjoyed it, man. Talking about a couple different genes that you don't hear of a lot. We had some coverage on the Atari gene being the super form, Hetari being the incomplete dominant form of that.
Which was cool because we got a little bit of the history out there for newer people. It started out as the Z morph, got rebranded, repackaged, and into what we know today. And that's a really cool project and a cool gene.
Yeah, I think there's some work to be done with it. He showed some cool examples. Then we went into him actually discovering and proving out his own gene, OFY, which kind of brightener enhancer gene, which 100% the adults that I saw that he gave us pictures of, 9 years old, and they still looked amazing, super bright, not browning out. Again, I thought it was oh yes.
Let me pick something out there. So you
Yeah,
don't see
yeah.
you don't see OFY on the market, right?
Nope, not yet.
And you just mentioned how he's got 9-year-old females. So he's not like rushing to market with it. He's taking his time, making sure he knows what it works good with, how it's working, what it's reacting with. I mean, that's just he's leading by example there. I just want to put Randy on a pedestal for that, you know.
Completely agree, right? Last week we dove into that, right, and talked about how, you know, unfortunately, like in our day and age, like new genes seem to be popping out quite frequently. We went through the heyday where it seemed like every week there was something new, and I always kind of wondered, man, what are all of these people's processes for proving it out, determining it? And right, Randy is operating, I think, at a industry standard for anybody that's kind of looking into, I think I got something and I'm not, you know, yeah, he's even going so far as to getting the shed testing determined. And then customers that buy have that ability right out the gate to shed test against it. Right.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Which that's the first person. I mean, shed testing's still relatively new, but that's the first person I heard of like taking that extra step.
Me too. Yeah, me too. I thought that was pretty cool and instills confidence in the project, you know. So anyhow, check out last week's episode. We did show some pictures and Randy pulled out a couple animals as well. So if you're interested in visually seeing what we're talking about, check that one out. It's pretty cool. Leave us a little comment over there if you like what you saw. And you know, harass Randy a little bit. He enjoys things like that. So
no, he's not joking. DM Randy. He'll mess around with you all day long if that's what you want to do. He likes to joke around and have a good time.
He's a good dude, good sense of humor for sure. So yeah, man. I don't know. You know, I'm enjoying how we're kind of hitting some of these oh, thanks, Josh. Good episode. Right now you want some OFY, dude. Totally. Oh, look at that. And Ashley even saying I could have some Hitari hatchlings next week. That's pretty cool. Yeah, last week you were commenting that you bought into that project. I like what I'm seeing. I don't know, Shane. So I guess kind of talking a little bit more about last week's episode. If out of what we talked about, you were to introduce one of the two, which would it be?
Which gene?
Yeah, either like the Hitari project or OFY.
God, I don't know if that's a fair question because they're different. You know, I
They
like
are
them
different.
both. You know,
Okay.
I like Hitari. I like that because I'm a pattern disruptor type guy, so I do like that. But you know, you can't go wrong with like a cleaner enhancer type gene either because it just goes. It's gonna just make everything better. So
right. Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of an unfair question too, because the OFY is not released. So getting in on ground level, you know, there are Hitari examples and animals out there. So
yeah, I would probably go OFY though.
Yeah.
Because I just think if you have enough of that in your collection from like proving it out and doing all the stuff you're doing with it, your entire collection's going to look better overall, you know?
I agree. Right. And it was offering something different than the other enhancers out there are offering. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't just like, oh, is this just an incomplete dominant version of DG? No, it actually, like, DG is manipulating pattern more, the tones that it offered. This in the adult animals we were seeing, the yellows were still nice, the contrast was still there. So a lot of the nice qualities that the babies have seem to be holding true. I think that's where I'd go to. OFY.
Yeah, I'd go OFY. Well, and I think we kind of already know a little bit about Hitari.
Yeah.
So OFY is still a little mysterious, So maybe I'm
Yeah.
leaning that way because of that. I like a good little adventure.
Totally, man. Totally. Yep. But I think I was talking with Randy, like, all right, so I'm like, Atari, like, where would you take that? I guess if you were to bring it in, how would you work it into your collection? Where would you go with it? Would you work it on its own or?
Well, I mean, it would be going in clown and genetic stripe, but I
Yeah.
have something. It's not the same. I'm not saying that, but I have a similar ish. I'm working shrapnel, so I only
Okay.
have enough room for like the pixelated pattern. I can't run more than one of those. I have too small of a collection.
Yeah.
So if I didn't have shrapnel, I would run it like I was running shrapnel, I guess.
Shrapnel. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because I was trying to think, like, if I picked it up, would I run it into puzzle? And I'm like, well,
I think you would have to, because
I
that's
think
your
you'd
jam.
have to, right? Because that's like a huge kind of deal, like that I'm focused on in my collection. So it'd be inevitable. But I think I would actually take it like the hypo route first, right? Bring it in through like my hypo DG stuff, and then
Yeah.
take it into puzzle. I think kind
Yeah.
of area. I don't know.
It'd be fun. It would be fun to see it with DG because you mentioned DG will kind of do some pattern reduction.
Yeah,
So it would be fun to see how it holds up in DG. Is it going to hold up,
right.
or is DG going to wash it away?
Overpower it, and where
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
not going to get as much. Ashley, where did you take it, if you don't mind us asking, and if you want to hold that until they hatch? Dude, I got the door open right now and a damn fly flew in, and it's driving me nuts. It kept dive bombing my nose while I was trying to speak. So actually, what was your parent, if you don't mind sharing, if you're still out there wondering where you took it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm surprised. I had a thought while you were talking. I'm surprised Atari isn't already into puzzle somewhere, being out like it kind of came through puzzle people and stuff. I would think that would be a natural step.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm sure somebody watching out there could correct me. I don't remember. I think some Hitari puzzles have been produced. And I think Sean may have even produced them.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Sean had it, Randy has it. I would just think it would already be in the works at least, but who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, something's not coming to memory if for sure it did. And that might have been Sean just working at different angles, but Maki was involved too, and she had a ton of puzzles. Yeah,
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to reach out to Randy, actually. I don't know. I can't remember if we asked him that question last week. Yeah.
No, we didn't. We didn't. But that'd be pretty cool because, like, I would envision a pixelated puzzle, which might be cool.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. Like for me, like it's the pattern manipulation of puzzle that makes it cool. So if you blow it out with pixels, what's left? I don't know.
I envision the pattern being pixelated though, instead of all smooth curves. It's like
Some
like
jagged
Roblox.
edges and kind of
Minecraft puzzle.
Yeah. What's up, Chris? Gentleman's room. Hey.
What's up, brother?
Oh, okay. So Ashley did GHI Phantom and then a pastel DG and Mojave Lesser
and Spot Nose. All right.
And Spot Nose. Jeez, my eyes.
So she's taking it a few different routes.
Yeah. Spot Nose. That's going to be kind of cool, I think. I mean, all the pairings you did are cool.
Yeah.
But GHI Phantom, I think that'll be interesting because GHI already kind of pixelates.
Right.
Has some granity effects going on. And then with the bell complexes, kind of straps up. Cool. I like it, man. Well, we're about 20 minutes in. I think kind of spot on for let's talk about our next guest, kind of whole purpose of the show tonight. So
man. All right. So our next guest is Moose from Great Balls of Fryer. So he's a Tennessee guy out of the Nashville area. Fun fact about Moose is he's a great guy. I barely had any interaction with him. I was looking to move to Tennessee. He's like, fly to my house and stay with me while you look for a job. And I would fly into Nashville and he would take me out to job interviews and stuff.
Dude, that's
Solid
wild.
dude, man.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Solid guy. So he works redhead. He does a lot with hypo and redhead. That's his two main jams right there. He also
And he's
does
got some puzzle. Yeah, buddy.
He also does puzzle. He just recently made that super stripe redhead. So I'm curious to see how that's turned out. I forgot to follow up with them on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be fun having them on and seeing what goes on in the brain of Moose and where he's going with things.
Definitely. And for me, it'll be kind of like a first official meeting. And I was purposely not kind of reaching out because I've seen a few podcasts that he's been on, and I'm like, all right, cool. I like kind of like where his collection's at, what he's thinking. So I wanted it to be a little fresh introduction for me on air. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, he's an easy guy to talk to and everything too. So it'll be a good episode. So yeah, man, looking forward to seeing Moose on. And he was when we first announced. In fact, it wasn't even out of the cat wasn't even out of bag that I was going to be the co-host, but he hit me up. Hey, is Reptiles Unplugged coming back? And I was like, I think it is. So like he was one of the people that was hyped about it. And and then I eventually told him, like, yeah, I am the co-host, because he's like, are you co-hosted? I'm like, yeah, I am the co-host.
Right. I know, hindsight on that. We did it on April Fool's Day, I think, right? But it was serious. So like, was it April Fool's or not? So I don't, I'm sure a marketing expert would be like, boneheads. You guys are for sure boneheads. That's cool. Well, good deal, man. I'm looking forward to it. So I can't wait. Should be fun talking some projects with him and everything like that. Yeah.
And he's got a real feel of the show circuit in the South, because he vends way more than I do, and he's a lifelong Tennessee guy and stuff too. So he knows the region. He's a good source of information for the region. So it'll be fun having him on.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and Redhead. I mean, we haven't had anybody on talking about Redhead. I know his collection's pretty heavy focused that direction, so would be kind of fun, slicing and dicing that gene. Do you have any of it?
No, not anymore. I had Redhead. I ended up turning Redhead into Tarahumara boas is what I did.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, so
from Vin Russo lineage, right?
Yes. And I have the receipt.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll ask Jennifer. She'll jump in too.
Yeah, the podcast that I watched, she jumped in the background and seemed like she was a hoot, man. They seemed like a very cool couple as well. Their banter was hilarious for a second. So.
Jenny is so nice. It was my birthday on Southeast when I was vending Southeast. She brought me a birthday cake to my table.
What?
Like, how thoughtful, right?
Yeah. For sure.
That is Southern hospitality, man. That stuff is real. I'm telling you.
I've known you for years and never wished you happy birthday.
That's what I'm saying. She brought me my own little nothing bunt cake. You know, those little.
Yes, I love that company.
So good, man. So good. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I'll try and do better, dude. I will. I'll try and do better for you, brother.
Oh, it's all right, man. Yeah, it's all right. I'm old. I'm old. I don't need to celebrate nothing.
That's how I feel. Yeah. Too funny. Well, cool. Everybody tune in next week, dude.
All right. So you and I were talking about ethics and
what's up,
business dealings and
yeah.
And so yeah, like you go ahead and kick that off.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, thanks for the warm handoff there. Yeah, you and I were chatting offline, and just I was sharing with you. It was one of these experiences that I've been through before. So it was something that I was reflecting on with my wife as well. Basically, I sold some snakes, and through the whole process, I was kind of having some red flags thrown, you know, so the way kind of the conversation was going from the get-go, all the way into kind of trying to do my best to vet the seller, you know, and make sure the animals were going to a good home. And like if they were a new person, I was willing to kind of cover that stuff. If they were a veteran, just kind of seeing who they were. Anyhow, and didn't listen to some of my intuition, and then had the person contact me back just a couple days later, say that something popped up, and they were wanting to like sell the animals back to me. And anyhow, just even how that went, I was kind of like, is what's going on like a scam? I don't know, man. It raised a bunch of questions. So I wanted to talk about it right now. Basically, you know, us as breeders and sellers, we need to, I think, have some like stuff that we kind of like go through and try and do the best that we can, and making sure the animals are placed in good homes and making sure we're protected. And without getting in the detail, basically, you know, Morph Market's a tool for us. This person did end up reaching out through Morph Market, wanted some chat conversation. Some of their profile info wasn't matching up, which was kind of an odd thing to me. They wanted to purchase through credit card, no big deal, but they wanted to split up the payments. And then how that whole situation kind of went, which can all be explainable things, but what they were saying and then doing weren't matching. And then ultimately, like, I ended up having to spend about like 8 hours total on the road, dropping the animals off, then going back and picking them up. So yeah, man, it was a lot, right? I learned a lot again, right?
Dude, I
So
would be so hot if I did that much driving. I would like, ooh, buddy.
yeah.
I commend you for not like ripping heads off and shit, you know?
Ultimately, I just had to think about like the animals. Like, all right, if I'm getting all these red flags, are they going to be in good hands? And the animals even had some sentimental value. It was um, one of the very first animals I had produced, visual snow. And then one of the other animals, it was a animal that was close to Heather. So anyhow, they had sentimental value. So ultimately, I was like, you know what? Let's just do the right thing by them and hop back on the road and go get him. Right.
Right.
Because he was saying like, oh, he mentioned, yeah. Anyhow, I don't want to get into details. And I don't know for sure if anything was sideways, right? Like I
Right.
did get the animals back. Some money was refunded, you know, cash wise, and so even though the purchase was done through card and that was by their request, not mine, I wanted to refund everything and just be like, look at, let's just wash our hands of it. I got the animals back. So anyhow, I don't know how many of you veteran, you know, breeders, sellers of reptiles out there have kind of had those intuitions, but I think it's important to listen to them, because I could have saved myself bunch of time on the road, gas, my animals being stressed out, moved back and forth. The whole thing, I guess, could have been saved if I would have listened to that intuition. So,
Yeah. Uh,
yeah,
in your time, have you ever had a chargeback?
I have not had a chargeback. No.
Me either.
I've had people like want to renege on like the deal so this is probably the second time that somebody's wanted to renege. The other person was like a local, and anyhow, I did that. I took that back for them, right? But that's been it. Everybody else has been pretty good. So
Yeah, I've been pretty lucky too. I've always heard like stories and stuff, but I've never actually had like a chargeback or anything
yeah.
crazy. I have, back when PayPal was freezing a bunch of accounts and stuff, I stopped using PayPal.
Mm-hmm.
And I always had this weird intuition. My spidey senses were tingling because you would occasionally get these buyers that would approach you on Morph Market, and they really wanted the animal, and they only wanted to use PayPal. And I'd be like, no, we could do any other Zelle, Cash App. I can invoice you through Square. You pay with whatever card you want through Square. I don't care,
Yep.
And they were very adamant about PayPal. And I was like, I'm not budging here. Like in my head, I was like, they're hip to the charge, like the charge back. And that's what they're trying to do. So I was like, I ain't doing it. So I think maybe I could have been wrong. Maybe I could have been right. But that was the only time I had an intuition.
Well, good on you.
That was the hot topic then, And I'm like, no, I'm not using PayPal. I don't care. I want to sell the snake, but I don't want to like sell the snake and then get burned. So,
well, right. Burned. And then I think, shoot, man, the animal is going to somebody that's willing to get it in like dishonorable ways. Like, are they going to take care of it? Or, you know what I mean? Like all of that starts floating through my head as well. Well, good on you for listening to the intuition. I stopped using PayPal as well because of those exact same reasons. Right. Unless it's a known person. So,
right. Yeah. And I think people that are doing those scams, they're not keeping the animal. They're like hustling it off to something else.
I'm sure they're
like you said, like, what is the end destination of this animal in this transaction? Probably nowhere good, nowhere safe, nowhere where it's going to be taken care of to like my standards or your standards or whoever's standards, So, yeah.
Because I mean, well, yes, we are. This is a transaction. We can't lose sight that bless you, that these are living animals, right?
Right.
And yeah, we got to treat them like such. So, anyhow. I don't know. It was just one of those reflection moments where I was like, I'm like, I don't know, maybe I should bring this up on the podcast because, maybe you're new and you're not aware that like, hey, these types of things do exist. They're not very common. Like in all of the years, over a decade that I've been selling animals, never had a chargeback. And I'm not saying that this person is or going to do a chargeback or anything. There was just a lot of red flags, and I think I could have avoided myself some time on the road and the animals not being in a best whatever, because I think I just was kind of sussing it out, and I'm like, there ain't something right here, right? And I should have listened to that. So,
yeah. I will say this, man. Driving from where you're at to where you went, I would have already said no. I'd be like, bro, you want these animals? You drive to me.
So this is the funny thing is that initially we had agreed to meet in like Santa Clarita, which was like kind of halfway point, right? And that's not a bad drive for me. Boom, boom. And then like last second, dude switched it up and was like, can you meet me out in Palmdale? And I'm like, I got a little motivated by the sell, right? Too, kind of stoked, like, all right, like, I'm going to sell some animals. So, just like, I just did it. I rationalized some stuff in my head and just, man, I know.
Yeah. You get going. You're like, all right, man, we're doing this deal. I get it.
Yeah. Yep. Like Miss Beach one was saying, it's such a fine balance. Majority of people are good, but there are scammers out there. Animal welfare is first. Second is protecting yourself against the scams. Yeah. And I think that's just kind of what I wanted to talk about a little bit tonight, was just kind of had that experience and it made me start thinking. So
I have, not on the scammer side, but I have like sold animals, shipping reasons. Like it was either too hot or too cold. And I have refunded a few people just to like, okay, look, I'm not shipping. You're not going to pressure me into shipping when I know it's not safe. I'm not comfortable doing it. Here, just take your money back. I'm done.
Right.
Like, and that I didn't have to because my policy, my terms like protect me against that. But I was just like, take it. Cause like, I don't want this animal going to you, because if you want me to ship it when it's not safe, how well is it going to be taken care of?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. If they're not recognizing you as the breeder, who are kind of like the expert in the situation, are saying it's not safe and they keep pushing. Yeah, dude, good call on that. That's in my terms of service as well. Like it's up to us, but ultimately me, if and when the animal gets shipped, right? Like it's like, we got to meet the conditions. Whether are you going to be there the pick it up from the hub. And that's another thing too. I won't ship to residence anymore, right? Like
Right.
it's hub or nothing. And I apologize. Even if you tell me you've had 50 animals delivered to your house, I get it. But, and the trucks are not, a lot of them aren't air conditioned, and they could be on that truck for hours, right?
Right.
If it's hot out, right? Shoot, man.
I say I'm hub to hub too. I am willing to make an exception, but I haven't had to do it. But I have heard of other people having customers that like their nearest hub is hours away, so they've found the window to get it to them safely. And I would do that, but like
I guess
I don't know.
yeah. I guess every
I'm,
circumstance, right? I would have to weigh it, but yeah.
yeah. But then I do have it in my terms like customers responsible if they want it shipped to their house, but I never ship to their house. Like I refuse to.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Interesting. I don't know. Ultimately, welfare of the animal is utmost important here, top priority. So, that's
Yeah.
how I measure it, right? Like, hey, is this going to place the animal at far greater risk than doing it the way I want? Then it's an absolute no, right? For me.
Right. And like when you're shipping to a hub, you know which hub it's going through in the middle of the night by the way the shipping code's printed out, and you
Yep.
could picture the route. You don't know what the route is if it's on a delivery truck. Is it getting dropped off first, last? Like, you don't
Right.
know, and that's
Yeah.
where I'm like, yeah, man, hub to hub.
Right. And it could be in an air conditioned van, or it could be in just a straight up, open air, whatever. Right. So if it's
Yeah,
100,
those guys cruising with both doors slid all the way open.
yeah, and it's like 95, they're
Yeah,
loving it, but everything back there is on fire, basically,
right.
Yeah.
So, but I haven't kept too far or too much in the loop, but I believe people are shipping with UPS more now.
Yeah,
Uh,
so I mean, it's being offered on the Morph Market site, and the discount's pretty steep. I haven't completed a sale using UPS shipping or done one yet. So,
Yeah, I heard that UPS charges for holding at their hub and stuff too. It's a little different. The pricing structure is a little different, or something. I don't know.
oh, like when you show up to get your animal or something, then
Yeah, they charge $5 for holding it instead of
oh,
delivering it to a house or something. I don't know, man. Yeah,
oh,
I haven't used. I used UPS. I used to have a wholesaler a few years ago, and they would send me a UPS label, and I did it like a couple times, and I finally just asked them. I was like, "Can we do this FedEx? Because the UPS here is like a long ways away from me." And they're like, "Oh yeah, would you rather have FedEx?" And I was like, "Yeah," but I
yeah.
didn't have to do none of the UPS. I just boxed everything up and just put their label and would go drop it off. So that's my experience with UPS, which isn't much.
Yeah,
I never even tracked it after that because they did it all.
right. Yeah, man, I don't know. I like same as you. I haven't done anything with the UPS system. I've heard a couple of people use it and it went well. So, and I didn't hear about any charges, so I don't know, type of thing. But
Right.
I think bringing, like, if UPS is willing to like meet the standard, because I have heard that from a few old timers, like, back in the day, it was like Delta only, right? Like, and
Mhm.
it was airport to airport, so, and then kind of UPS came on the scene. People were shipping through there, started having not the best experience. FedEx was kind of the next dude on the scene. Animals started being shipped through there. And then that's kind of been like where the industry kind of stayed for the last while. So I guess, I mean, to say if UPS is willing to step up its game again and compete with FedEx, I think that could be beneficial to us, right? Like,
I think so. Once it's all streamlined and they know what they're doing again and all that, then it's going to be
yeah,
beneficial for us.
right, because maybe they'll compete for our business, you know what I mean, type of thing, offer some discounted rates. I don't know. Competition, I think, is always good. So,
Yeah. I just know that some people I talk to, FedEx, like the little FedEx hubs in their area have closed down because FedEx is doing some restructuring. So UPS is kind of like what they're left with now. So they're going to have to use it.
Right. Yes, I've heard of some situations like that. Right. Like the FedEx hubs, the shipping hubs, they were closing down.
Right.
Yeah. I should ask.
Which that would mean like if I bought a snake from them, I have to pick it up at UPS on my side. So then it's gonna be different on my end too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I need to ask my hub because I mean they're still open. They're one of the major ones in the area. I would doubt that they would be, but shoot, man, you never know, I suppose.
Right.
Yeah. Interesting topic though. The whole how we ship these animals. Like I tell some friends, like, yeah, I put them in a box, styrofoam taped up, and out they go. And they're like, in the mail. And I'm like, yes. they're like, I just don't understand how you buying pets through the mail. And I'm like, when you say it like that, you make it sound cheap. I'm like, this is legit, right? Like we know what we're doing. Like, I'm like the box is like rated not to be crushed. It's got like, we make sure temps are good. We track it the whole way. And it normally arrives in the next destination in less than like 13 hours from the point you send it out to it kind of getting to where, 12, maybe like to 20 hours at most. It is there.
Yeah. I've had similar conversations with like coworkers and stuff, and then I have to get into like heat packs, cool packs, phase packs, and then they're like, "What's a phase pack?" I'm like, "Well, I kind of know what it. I know how it works, but I can't explain it. It wants to stay 72 degrees though, but you can use it for either one. It goes both ways."
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's kind of cool, like thinking about it that we're able to do it because back in the day it was local stuff only. Like, kind of touching back to Vin Russo, which again, here I'll post the GoFundMe link. But if you guys want to contribute and help out Vin during his time of need, there are details there that I just posted again. But like when Vin was first starting, there's many stories in his book about like having to drive long distances to the shows just to see some new stuff. And there was a little bit of mail order, but like not a whole lot. And you never knew what you were getting because pictures and the internet didn't exist. So kind of wild where we're at today.
That would really motivate you to like, oh, there's a show like Vin's over at East Coast. It'd be like, well, there's a show in California. Road trip,
Right.
like let's go. It's the only way you're gonna get an animal back,
Yeah. Some of the old timers tell stories about the old Daytona going off like that because it was like a mecca for a lot of reptile keepers showing up to Daytona, partying, getting crazy,
Right.
Which, speaking of, I am going to go to Daytona one of these times just for the nostalgic purposes of showing up to that show.
We'll need to plan that so I go too, because I still haven't gone, even though I live over on this side now.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, let me know when you're going to do it, and then I'll buy a ticket and head out. That'd be cool.
Well, you could fill me on this one. So they try to sell it to me over here as like, but it's at the beach, and I'm like, I grew up by the beach. I don't care. Oh, the beach. All right, cool. Saltwater. Yeah.
But it is Florida beach, which I mean, you could swim year round. It's warm. It's not like our beach out here where you need a wetsuit if it's,
Yeah, but Florida's flat. I get wigged out if there's not a mountain on the horizon. Like, dude, it trips me out. I don't like it. It gives me
tripped
anxiety.
out in Key. Yeah, I feel you on that. Same here. I tripped out in Key West. I saw the sun set and rise over the ocean.
See, that would wig me out. Like, where does the world end? Yeah. Like where does it end?
Yeah, I started thinking maybe the world is flat and all these guys were right all along. I started questioning. No, I'm joking. I did it. I was like, this is a cool natural phenomenon that proves the earth is actually round. But anyhow.
No, it just proved that it's going down behind the ice wall.
Oh, all right. Don't get me started, Shane. Dang it. Like, yeah, Steven. Let's do it.
I seen that I walked on Heather's question earlier. I apologize, Heather. I wasn't trying to be rude. I seen that you had it up.
Oh, for those that are new or may not have experienced bad sales, what are some red flags that others have experienced with sales? I don't know. Good question. Have you had any kind of weird? I know you didn't have a chargeback or anything, but like, have you had some weird kind of interactions where? Because I've had some ones start out weird and then it turned out good. So, I know it negates what I kind of said earlier, but
yeah. No, I've just had those weird offers though, like where, like, I'll just throw numbers out there because I don't remember specifics. Like, I have $1,000 snake and they want to trade me a whole bunch of $100 snakes for this $1,000 snake. Like those kind of weird things. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, more is not better. So just weird stuff like that, but nothing. I have had. I did have some. So right when I was moving from California to Tennessee, there was the scammer that was pretending to be Stanley from Echo Reptiles.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And then that guy ended up calling me. This is back in the sticker trade day, right? So like everyone had everyone's address. So that guy ended up calling my phone right when I got to like the Knoxville rental before I bought this house.
Okay.
And it was like, he like ran some scam to me, like, hey, I bought this animal from you. It's sick. And I'm like, who are you? And it turns out he was just trying to scam me.
Oh,
and then
crazy. Yeah.
And he was basically trying to extort me for money. And his threat was, I have your address in Bakersfield from the sticker swap. And then right then I was like, no more sticker swaps, because like my family lives at these addresses where I'm sticker swapping. So that was it. But yeah,
good call, man, on that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like the only like weirdo stuff. And that wasn't even like from a real snake sale. That was from damn sticker swaps and somebody trying to scam their way through sticker swap addresses,
Damn scammers, bro. They're just like, no. All right. Did you see Chris's like, hell yes, finally some flat earth eyes?
Yeah. Well, yeah. We guard the ice wall and keep everyone away so nobody sees it. Like, I know all about it, man. Yeah, I'm there.
Hey, I keep a pretty open mind, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm willing to be proven wrong. If some dude gets in a plane and just keeps flying and eventually sees that ice wall, hats off to you, man. Hats off to you. But until then,
those things are fun to entertain, but like, come on, man. The earth is round, man, And
yeah.
I'll tell you the one of all, because I get off on all that cryptozoology and all the weird theories. I love all that. I think the only thing that might be like have some truth is like some ancient alien stuff. That would be all the one. But Bigfoot is bogus. Sorry, Chris. Loch Ness, that's bogus. Like all that shit is bogus, man. Yeah, ancient aliens could be real. That there might be some truth there.
For sure. I kind of believe in that as well, right? But I love Josh's response. We're more Gulf of America coast folks over here. Oh man, that was perfect, spot on right there. Good job, buddy. Ancient aliens watch party.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I'm not saying everything they say is true. I'm just saying there could be some truth in what they're saying. Some truth, a kernel of truth. That's all.
Yeah. Well, for sure, right? Who knows? Like, yeah, some weird DNA strand could have been picked up on some like impacting asteroid of some planet that had, an ancient civilization that ended up crashing into our Earth. And then here we are today.
Right. Yeah.
That's one plausible explanation.
Yeah, that's like that one movie, Prometheus. That's kind of
that's how they kind of explain it.
Woo. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
The Earth is definitely round, but there's some shit going down in Antarctica. And fuck you, Shane Kelly. You don't believe in Bigfoot, but you believe the weird-haired dude from Ancient Aliens. So that guy was there for entertainment. They were like, let's get the kookiest guy and blah, and they're like, here's George Stephanopoulos or whatever. And he's like,
you
I'm
pulled
not
his
saying
name.
it's aliens.
You pulled his name out. I was just about to Google it, but once you said it, I knew it. It is
So, all right.
whatever.
I'm gonna tell you a short little story. I was in a rabbit hole at one point in my life, and I was reading a bunch of Zecharia Sitchin, and like I was reading the actual books. I'm like, man, I think there's some truth in this, and if not, it's very entertaining shit. At least like fictional history or whatever, like an alternate reality. This is really cool. And then they came out with the show, and I was like, somebody heard me, man. That's all I watched every night was Ancient Aliens. And everyone thought I was crazy. And I'm like, man, I'm telling you, I've been reading these books, and I was trying to that was back when I drank. We'd be barbecuing in Ventura and shit. Like, man, hear me out. So like Ancient Aliens, I'd be trying to tell people that. And
you're like a 6-pack in, so you're nice and like revved up. You're like, this is.
And everyone's like, you're nuts. And then the TV show came out, and I felt redeemed. I was like, see, I'm not just making this stuff up.
Jay, no, Jay.
See, Jay knows something.
Jay knows.
Well, you know,
I'm dying right now, dude. But I totally.
Jamie says, well, I had to step away and come back to an interesting conversation. I'm definitely going to have to hit the replay on this episode.
Yeah. It picks up really good in the last like 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And I watched that, Chris, the most like the recent Bigfoot video that's out there.
Dude, we would have Bigfoot by now with technology. Like, come on. And no, he's not flying on a spaceship in and out of Mount Shasta either. And no,
but what if he's colluding with the Ancient Aliens and together they're running a psyop on us?
Dude, they get so whacked out. Like, oh, Bigfoot, the interdimensional being, and he can come and go. No, he's not. If he was real, he's just like a missing link ape guy, man. He's not some interdimensional being. Like,
I don't know, man. I just, I tried to keep an open-minded, position in most of this.
Well,
it's possible. All right, we got your seat up. You got your leg up in the chair. We are setting in right now. Everybody, good job. We have driven Shane to a new point that we haven't seen yet.
I'm getting restless leg syndrome just talking about all this shit.
You got your thinking leg on now. All right, here we go. Oh, man. What is this? Shay was 2.5 hours from Sasquatch Museum in Georgia. We're only 2.5 hours from Sasquatch Museum.
Oh, you know what is real? You know what is real is Sax Squatch. And he's a guy that comes around in a Bigfoot suit playing a saxophone in the area. That guy's real.
Wait,
I'll tell you that.
Sax Squatch. So we're saying it right.
Yeah, you know that one meme that was going around with the turtle with the sax? It's like that, but with the Bigfoot, and he's real, and he comes around. And they do have a Bigfoot festival at the same town that we have Reptiles at the River on, too. But I don't see anyone with a Bigfoot.
See, even Chris knows Sax Squatch. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I hope everybody has found tonight's episode extremely educational. We've covered a whole gamut of topics, right? To recap a few, though, and the most important thing, everybody show up next week because we've got an awesome guest. Shane, who is it? Who's our guest, Shane?
Moose from Great Balls of Fire, and I'm going to try to talk his wife, Jen, into at least making a cameo. So we'll have a couple people on.
Yes, 100%. There you go. And the other crazy stuff that we've covered, y'all have to catch it on the replay if you weren't here earlier. But we thank you guys for the support. I can't speak right now, Shane. I am tongue twisted. What is happening in the last few seconds here? What I'm trying to get out of this mouth here is that another way you can listen to us is on the podcast platforms. Shane works really hard getting us up on all of them. We're on iTunes, Spotify, iHeart, Amazon Music,
Deezer, Pandora, like all of those ones. We're on all of them.
All of them. Thank you, Shane, for doing that. So if you're not catching us live on YouTube or prefer to listen to us, check us out over there. Leave us a comment, do whatever that platform requires of you. Shout us out, and we would appreciate it. Thank you all. And again, chat, thank you guys for making tonight entertaining. We will see you guys next week. Later.